Alright, season 1, or technically the 16th season in 1992, and the one that started it all, Kyoryu's Sentai, Zyuranger. Or at least started it all in terms of American Power Rangers. Following my time frame of 2 months, or 2 seasons per month, I watched this in January of 2019, within the first 2 weeks. I was in the Philippines at the time, with my family. I took some notes, just thoughts on, again, the things that I liked, the things that, maybe not necessarily I didn't like, but things that just caught me off guard. So I guess I'll just start reading it, and hopefully I can start talking again. Again, sorry, I'm still under the weather, so my voice is a little weird, and I'll have to pause to cough or breathe. Also, just general nervousness. Okay, so things that I liked. I like the consistency in theming. I like that it actually had something to do with dinosaurs. I like the relationship between all the Rangers, the development of Geki and Burai's relationship, how it went from a story of family drama and revenge to a story of brotherhood. Oh, and I should probably mention, these are not safe from spoilers. So, if you're watching this and you haven't watched it, maybe wait to watch it. Or if you're watching this and you're just here just cause, I'm just letting you know now. I did like how they adapted the green candle, or I guess how the green candle was originally compared to the original Power Rangers. Compared to Power Rangers. Yeah, because the green candle, it wasn't even by the villain, the Witch Pandora. It was by a natural force. I found Witch Pandora's hatred of children to be kind of interesting, and kind of bring it to the ending. It was kind of a sweet moment when, she's singing her usual theme song of how she hates children, but then her, within her villain group, or her villain family, if you will, 2 of them got together and had a baby, and, one look at the baby, and she all of a sudden didn't hate children. And watching through the series and understanding why she hates children, and if you must know, it's because she lost her son because his son was being an idiot, and his son got killed. She hated kids because guilt and feelings and all that. So when she had it was kind of it was a sweet moment, and kind of like a redeeming thing. It was kind of a redeeming, not factor, but at this point she had been resealed in, for the next 1,000 years. So it was kind of a nice redemption for her character. The thing that threw me off was that most episodes revolved around helping a child. And that's kind of where my preconception of, Super Sentai, especially the early Super Sentai, being very much a kids show. Trying to teach kids good values. I feel like the Zyurangers were just always on patrol, trying to help find the next kid. So it took me 10 months to finally realize this. But the reason why all of the kids, or all of the victims that the Zyurangers helped were kids, was because Witch Pandora hates kids. So she's going to terrorize kids because she hates them. And I don't know why it took me 10 months to put that together. Because, aside from that, it's a fairly mature show. And, a character can die. They show blood. Story of family revenge. Things like that. It's still kind of a kid show, but it's not as kiddish as I was originally thinking. Oh, I also didn't know that the mechas were going to be like its own sentient being or god. Like how when all the mechas come together, they can talk, and it's not like the same sort of buddy system or buddy format that we'll find in some later seasons. It's really just, it's it just kind of threw me off. I just didn't expect it. Yeah, so knowing that that is the reason why a lot of the victims or episodes are focused on kids, I'm looking forward to eventually rewatching it down the line to kind of focus on the story more. Just because with a lot of stories, the first time is really just to find out what happens, and the second time you watch it, it's really about taking in more of the emotion, taking in more of the what's happening. So my favorite episode of Zyuranger was episode 43, Live Again Jusoken, and that is the episode just after Burai's death. And it kind of focuses on his mech, Dragon Caesar, and how it is grieving and mourning over its master's passing. The reason why it's so interesting to me is because I really appreciated how they were able to evoke emotion without really using any words. Dragon Caesar can only roar, and that's kind of it, but they were able to make the roar sound sad. They paired it with somber music. They shot it in such a way where you can tell that Dragon Caesar was grieving. And I had a particularly interesting experience with this because, for whatever reason, my subtitles did not work on this episode. And 私は日本語がちょっとわかります。でもちょっと上手ではありません。And I basically just said, I can understand some Japanese, but I'm not very good at it. But the point is, I didn't have to understand what was being said to understand how Dragon Caesar was feeling. I mean, I was kind of able to put together exactly what was being said because Geki would talk to Dragon Caesar, but the way it was shot, the way that it was done, the way the music played with it, I didn't need the subtitles to understand how Dragon Caesar was feeling. And the fact that they made something that can't talk and doesn't have a facial expression, and it doesn't wag its tail like a dog, how they were able to give it such emotion really stood out to me. And I have to say, out of all the ones where the subtitles had to not work on me, this was a good one.